Well, good evening and welcome back to East Midlands Airport. We're live flight action live from East Midlands Airport this evening. Oh, it's another cold evening tonight. Just bear with me a few seconds while I get everything set up. Good evening, Deborah. Thank you very much for joining me again tonight. It's good to see you. So, slightly pushing back tonight's stream, just a few delays on the inbound this evening. So starting about 45 minutes later than we usually do. But the weather seems to be holding off for the time being. Cloud base is not too low this evening. We've got a good view of the full length of the runway again and across the airfield as well. So let's just have a quick look at that radar, see if we can see anything. So just about 30 minutes ago, or so ago before we started the stream, the Vulcan Air, the UK National Police Force Vulcan Air, was out and about. Just see if we can pick that one up here in the distance. It's somewhere out there. Let's use that 1Air 747 as a reference point. There we go. The Vulcan Air is hopefully making its way back into East Midlands this evening. I have to say it's a lot warmer than it was on Sunday. Well, for the time being anyway. I'm sure it will drop throughout the progression of this evening's stream. Back up with that one if it makes its way down towards 09 this evening. Again, we're back on 09 ups here at East Midlands. Just have a quick check of that windsock. Yep, it's definitely pointing in our direction. So just bear with me, that Vulcan Air making a very sharp turn towards 09 this evening. Somewhere out there. Come on. There we go. A bit difficult finding a reference point, staring into the abyss in front of us. It's very dark very dark where we are this evening, starting that a little bit later. Bit of a wobble as it makes its way down. Touching down onto 09 this evening, that UK National Police Vulcan Air, going to be rather a regular visitor on the streams. So let's get set back up again. We'll have a quick pan across the AeroLogic, an earlier inbound. I think that arrived about 4:45, pushing towards 5 PM. I think that one was in from Delhi this afternoon. There's a couple due in, one from Bengaluru, maybe in the DHL, in from Delhi, and that one Air still in with us. So let's just lock off on that on there a brief minute. There we go. Should be all set up now. Let's just take a quick look across the other side of the airfield. Here, passenger terminal. As full as it can be for a Tuesday evening. Got a few arrivals making their way towards East Midlands. Looks like we'll see the Ryanair service in from Knock this evening. That's around 15 minutes out. That one just passing east of Chester now, making its way down to Stoke-on-Trent, and then should make a pretty straightforward arrival into East Midlands. Should be able to catch that one on the approach quite a distance out this evening. So that cloud base just given a little to what it has been over the past week or so. But thank you very much for joining us again this evening from East Midlands Airport and also the Aeropark as well. So while we wait for that Ryanair to make an appearance, let's just take a quick look at that AeroLogic 777 on stand there. There we go. So just a little later than we originally planned for Tuesday's stream. Just a few delays to contend with this evening. I think the JFK service was delayed by about an hour or so, and that was the earliest departure, arrival at around 5:30. So in the best interest of not standing here in the freezing cold with not a lot to look at apart from the parked aircraft in front of us, just push the stream back ever so slightly. So thank you very much for everybody's patience on that, and thank you for joining us a little later as well. Not too long though before we see that first inbound aircraft. Ryanair in from Knock. That one is a 737-800 registration, Echo Bravo Oscar. It's Irish registered, 15 years of age on the airframe, delivered in 2009. Hi Mark, thank you very much for joining us this evening. See if I can find my other glove. There we go. About 6 different pockets on the go this evening to keep warm. But it's not as bad as it has been. We're down here Sunday as well, so if you missed Sunday's stream, definitely go back and have a look at that. That one was quite something, watching the Atlas Air 747 arriving from Amsterdam. And not too long behind that was the Royal Saudi Air Force A330 MRTT. That one was in from the south of Saudi, I believe, King Khalid Air Force Base. That one over here joining in operations for Operation Cobra Warrior, which is, I believe, in full effect this week. I think that one was mainly transporting military personnel. There's a lot of people definitely disembarking that plane when we saw it. A lot of military personnel. And talking to the volunteers here, that one was due to head off to Waddington at some point. Obviously, that one has now departed. It's no longer in front of us, unless it's hidden somewhere. But that one was definitely a sight. Rather rare visitor into East Midlands. So a few A330s we've seen not on the stream, but arriving into East Midlands, mainly Royal Air Force that can't land down at Brize Norton due to various different weather effects, a lot of it being fog. So using East Midlands as a secondary temporary holding base while that weather clears and making the trip back down. And just before we started the stream as well, a few fighters flying over to us. I think they're off to Wales for some night training. So let's get a few more things sided up. I'll wait for that Ryanair. Okay, Stuart just sent that A330. Left a little later on Sunday, just as the airport was closing, so good job we managed to catch that one in. And that Ryanair, about 7 minutes or so away from us now, just passing through 7,500 feet. Hoping the cloud stays where it is. It's got quite a good view in front of us this evening. I think this will likely be the last stream we see on 09 ops. The wind is due to change, I think, tomorrow into Thursday. You'll probably notice the weather getting a little bit warmer. So a lot of that warmer air making its way up from the warmer climates of Europe into the UK and changing that weather pattern ever so slightly, meaning the wind direction will unfortunately change. So it looks like for Thursday's stream we will likely be back on 27 ops here at East Midlands. We've still got a great view from this vantage point anyway. Definitely of all the cargo aircraft that will pass by us, hopefully a little closer as well as they roll out. Should get a few departures in front of us this evening, as long as everything keeps on schedule. And it looks like we've got a aircraft on final now. It's not the Ryanair just yet. There's one just sneaking in front. So look, we'll pan off the 777 across to the approach. There we go. Can just about see the Ryanair in the distance as well. So the visibility quite good this evening, so should be able to see those aircraft arriving in good time. Makes a difference from some of the foggier weather we've been having at East Midlands over the past couple of weeks. Nothing pinging up on my radar for this one yet. Stick with this one and watch it in. just ever so slightly picking up. It's not as windy as it was up here on Sunday. Still bringing a little bit of a chill with it. Looks like the Ryanair just making its way onto the approach now as well. Just a couple of minutes before we see that one touch down in front of us this evening. Just a small jet, not sure what that one is, wasn't pinging up on the radar. We'll have a look back at that in a few minutes. And good evening to everybody joining us on the chat as well. It's good to have you with us down here at the airport this evening. Our first stream of the week, probably first of two this week, next being on Thursday evening. There's a little bit of rain forecast on Thursday, and that wind looks like it's going to pick up as well, so we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully it stays off though. It isn't too muddy where we are this evening. It's dried out quite a bit since Sunday. And we left quite a few footprints as we were making our way out. Dropping a lot of mud on the paths as well. So really, really claggy from all that wet weather on Saturday. A few other aircraft making their way up towards East Midlands. We'll pick up on those in a minute after we watch this Ryanair in. There's a little bumpy on that approach, the wind just picking up there ever so slightly. A rapid touchdown from the Ryanair. Bit of a squeal from the tyres. Don't know if you picked that up on the stream or not. So, get back on that 777 for a couple of minutes. There we go. So looks like a couple of Jet2 services making their way up now. Those just approaching and passing over the coast of France. So we'll see the Jet2 service in from Fuerteventura first, followed by the service in from Tenerife. Those about 30 minutes out. There is a Ryanair service also on its way in from Wrocław. That one again around 35-40 minutes out. That one just passing over the coast of the Netherlands now. And another usual little visitor on the stream, the Avel Cesta, making its way down from the Isle of Man this evening. Again, that one in about 30 minutes or so this evening. A couple of services a bit further out. Jet2 service in from Tenerife. The Jet2 service in from Tenerife this evening. That one making its way up towards the Bay of Biscay now. That one around an hour and 20 minutes out this evening. And following that, Jet2 service in from Lanzarote. That one around an hour and 40 minutes away. Cargo services this evening, there are a couple passing overhead island. The DHL service in from JFK, just approaching Dublin now. That one around 40 minutes out. And the DHL 777 in from Cincinnati. That one around 50 minutes out now, just passing overhead Limerick. UPS service in from Louisville this evening. Louisville, I don't think we've had one in from Louisville on the stream yet. 767, that one around an hour and 30 minutes away. And our usual visitor down from Reykjavik, that DHL 757, about an hour and 50 minutes away. So quite a few aircraft on this evening's stream to arrive in the next 30 to about 90 minutes. So we should get the bulk of all of those arrivals on this evening's stream. Let's just have a quick look at the departures while we can. I think the departures are quite light this evening, which is quite usual for a Tuesday evening. We have the AeroLogic 777 out to Leipzig. That's due at 25 to 8. So hopefully in the next hour or so, Ryanair service to Wrocław at 7:45. And then hopefully these ones tend to slip away from us on the streams, tend to have a little bit of a delay. But we've got the DHL 767 off to Leipzig and the DHL 777 off to Cincinnati. Let's just have a look at the airframe. So we may not see that 767 out to Leipzig. It just depends on how quickly that one gets turned around here. Now that one was due in about just under an hour ago. A little bit of delay on this evening's service, which may have a knock-on effect to its departure out to Leipzig this evening. But we should hopefully see the service off to Cincinnati. A couple of services off to Cincinnati now picking up. One being that 777 and the 767. I think the 767 is a little later actually, about 10 to 10, so probably won't catch that one on this evening stream unfortunately. But let's just have a look at the detail on that earlier 777. Hopefully we should see that one out. That one arrived in earlier from Dubai, a little earlier this afternoon. So hopefully we should see that one out before the end of the stream, maybe end on that one. It looks like most of the other services this evening departing after 10 PM. Arrivals wise, after 10 PM, just the usual volume of traffic, mainly heavy with cargo this evening. The service in from Los Angeles, the DHL 777 delayed just until after 10 PM. That one arrived in about 1:15. But the last ones on this evening's stream will probably be the services in from Belfast and Aberdeen, operated by Maersk Air 767 in the Star Air livery, and the 737 in from Aberdeen, the West Atlantic 737. So a good variety of aircraft this evening. Thanks to everybody joining us so far. So I'll just take a quick pan across that DHL apron to see if you can see operations in action this evening. Hopefully this is the 777 which will make an appearance later. Looks like they're busy. Hopefully loading that one up. It's a fairly quiet evening so far while we wait for those arriving aircraft. Again, around 25 minutes or so before we see those other arrivals in this evening. So this one is currently being offloaded at the minute. Just a bit too far out to see the registration on that one, just slightly in the dark, but this may have been the earlier inbound from I think it was Dubai. Yeah, the earlier inbound from Dubai, landing just before 5 PM, so that is likely the airframe in front of us. It's the early 777, apart from the AeroLogic being worked on at the minute. A couple of AeroLogics on stand this evening again. We were fortunate enough to catch 3 of them last week. We had one inbound from Leipzig on the stream, managed to catch that. I managed to catch one outbound as well, from memory. So those Jet2 services now approaching the coast of the UK. That Jet2 service in from Fuerteventura making its way towards Heathrow now, just passing west of Heathrow Airport, making its way up towards East Midlands. Wind picking up ever so slightly. Yeah, windsock is having a good dance down there. Seems like there's a slight crosswind this evening, so maybe a bit bumpy on that approach. About that one, about 20 minutes or so away from us now. Jet2 service in from Tenerife, just approaching the coast as well. That one routing straight over Chichester. About 30 minutes out for that one. And that Ryanair service in from Vraslav, just approaching the coast as well, routing towards Colchester now. Again, around 30 minutes or so before we see that one. So should see all three of those aircraft on the approach in the next 20 to 30 minutes. Good to see everybody joining us on the chat this evening. Thank you very much for joining me down at the airpark. Right, and well, that 777 in front of us is just being unloaded. I want to catch a quick drink, I think. And if you did miss us down here on Sunday, we were down here for a bit of an impromptu stream, catching that Atlas 747 as it made its way over to East Midlands from Amsterdam. That one was slightly delayed in from Miami, heading into Amsterdam from Miami. I think that one was delayed by a couple of hours. So we did plan to stream a little earlier from the airpark, but in all honesty the volume of traffic at that time wasn't very great, so I made the call to come down a little later, just after the airpark opened, and managed to catch that one in. I think the timestamps are in the description of the last stream if anybody wants to jump straight to watch that one. And I think it was about 15 minutes or so, within 20 minutes anyway, that Royal Saudi Air Force tanker making its way in as well. And the weather, even though it was cold, the visibility for the approach on both of those was great. All on 09 ops again here at East Midlands. So quite fortunate to catch those aircraft in on that stream, and thanks again to the airpark for making that possible for us. Thanks to Deborah and Mark this evening moderating the chat. It's great to have those two on board with us, so thank you both for sparing the time this evening. It's greatly appreciated, helping me out. Polly in there as well. Good to see you again, Polly. Thank you very much. I don't think I've said good evening to you. If I have, I apologise for saying it again, but good evening. So just a few flashing lights in the sky above us. Not sure if this one is inbound to East Midlands or not. It's like a small prop aircraft. See if you can pick it up on another radar. Maybe at traffic for elsewhere. We'll see if it turns onto final. Nothing pinging up in the vicinity on my radar anyway. The Jet2 from Future Insurance making its way towards Milton Keynes now. Aircraft is turning onto final, so let me ditch this cup just as you want to warm up. Something arrives. Right, let's get this sorted. Everything sucks up underneath the camera, keeping that warm. Saw that in a minute. Right, so look on the approach then into 09 this evening. It's out there somewhere. There we go. A few little lights in the distance. So these smaller aircraft do take you by surprise. Those transponders don't usually get picked up. Well, not when I'm looking at the radar here anyway. They may do on other people's, but take you by surprise. It's only because the visibility is quite good this evening. It can pick them up in the distance. The past couple of weeks when it's been foggy, it's not until these have been right on top of you that you've been able to pick them up. Sort this out in a minute. Sort the cover out in a minute. The wind just blew my cover around there. Catch that before it ends up somewhere it shouldn't. Gradually making its way down now. Hopefully not too bumpy for it. It's definitely moving me ever so slightly with the wind. If I'm laid up, I'd be freezing to death, I think, this evening. like it's the JCB jet in again. Gives a little JCB logo on the vertical stabilizer there. See if we can catch up with that one in a minute as it makes its way, hopefully, to that shed there. Or hangar, should I say. There we go. Right, let me get everything secured and we'll have a look on the progress of that 777 in front of us. Just that one away. Cover in there. Sorry for any movement, just going to get everything back to where it should be. There you go. Hopefully be nice and warm under there for the camera again. Right, where's this JCB? Come on, cover, play ball. So a quick look around. There we go. Struggling keeping up with it there. That wind making my eyes a bit watery. Hopefully that should be a bit better. Reverse thrusted, still the fluid on that engine. Saw that last time as well as it made its way in. Hangar door now open, ready to receive that aircraft, and presumably everybody on board as well. RVL Cessna just approaching East Midlands now. Around, should it be too long? 10 minutes or so? Just passing over Burton-on-Trent. Just catching up with the chat. Thank you everybody for joining us this evening. It's good to have you with us. The radar's not picking it up there, but just above us, a couple of military jets. Too sure which ones, but definitely making their way back towards Lincolnshire. There's the usual flight path for those aircraft on late night training exercises, making their way to and from Wales. Okay, that RVL now on final approach into East Midlands. Just south of the airfield, that Jet2 aircraft making its way into waters. Don't drop the microphone. Stay on there. Yeah, thanks to everybody's updates in the chat as well. They're greatly appreciated. So another regular visitor on the stream, the RVL Cessna in from the Isle of Man. I normally see the one from Barrow-in-Furness as well. Just a short hop to East Midlands this evening. Not too sure where this one will pull up. It's usually either on the DHL Apron right in front of us, or they do have a separate hangar just to the left of us. We'll see how quickly and how far down the runway this one touches down. They usually land and vacate rather early. Bit of a squeak for that one touching down there from the wheels. Like it's making its way towards the DHL apron. So this one usually parks up straight in front of us. Bit of a size comparison there in front of that one Air 747. Turn straight onto its stand in front of us. Hello John, thank you for joining us this evening. And an inbound service from Futureshore, just our final approach now. Let's give this RVL Cessna a second to apply its parking brakes while this one gets a little bit closer. Here we go, those engines just about shutting down, so a quick turn and catch this one in. The Jet2 service just turning on to final behind that one now. Have a flask out underneath, stop it banging around. So hopefully not too much of a bumpy approach for these, so that wind is pushing me around a little bit. There we go, that Jet2 service in from Futureshore there. Let's catch up with that next aircraft on final approach. Just beating the Jet2 actually. It's that DHL 777 in from JFK this evening. Yeah, I did assume it was the Jet2 in from Tenerife. Looks like that one's just beating it in. And the 777 in from Cincinnati, just passing overhead leak now. That one also around 10 minutes out. And that 737, the Ryanair 737 service in from Wrocław. That one around 8 minutes out, just passing overhead Leicester. So next aircraft to arrive will be that service in from JFK. Ryanair service just approaching south of the airfield now. That one just visible in the distance. Wobble on the wings there. A lot of noise from those engines there of that 767. Okay, next aircraft on approach then into East Midlands this evening. Should be the Jet2 service now. Let's have a look. Yes, that one just turning on to final approach now. About 3 minutes or so away from us. Should just be able to pick that one up in the distance. Light just about visible, just glistening there in the distance. That one passing through 2,000 feet now. Registration and that one ending Foxtrot Yankee. Airframe is 23 years of age, and that service in from Tenerife this evening, landing after just over 4 hours. That DHL service, the airframe. Registration on that one ending Lima Lima. Airframe 28 years of age. The flight time on that 767 just landed in 6 hours and 17 minutes this evening. That one just slightly delayed by an hour or so. But rapidly making its way towards us now. So we'll watch this next 737 in. And then we'll catch up with the service in from JFK. Weather just turning a bit cold now. It's turning out to be how it was on Sunday. A cloud just dispersing slightly over the top of us. But that wind is bitterly cold up here. So I've got one hand with one glove on, one hand without. Stick it back in your pocket in a minute and warm it up after this one arrives in, I think. Thanks for joining me anyway, and thanks for joining in on the chat as well. It's good to see everybody this evening. Jet2 service touching down there, and the 767 just passing in front of us now, making its way up to its stand for the evening. Knocking everything about. Watch this one in, and the wind has knocked off my core again. So reset in a minute. Another regular visitor on our streams, the 767 Air from JFK. So I think this particular route has had a few delays over the past few weeks. Right, let's quickly lock off on that one and get this reset. The aircraft is not too far out. There we go. So we've got a couple on the approach now. Pan across and get those. We'll sort everything out afterwards, I think. There we go. Should be able to see both of those on the approach now. Let me just take that off. There you go. Over there. Should stop that clattering. Ryanair service in, I think that's the inbound from Breslau this evening. And that next aircraft on final approach now into East Midlands. Let's just lock off on it. That's the DHL 777 in from Cincinnati. There we go. Everything's tight. Should stop it moving around, hopefully. There we go. Right, get my hand warm for a minute while we watch this one get a bit closer to us. We'll have a quick look in on the passenger terminal as well over there. This is 777 passes by us. Hopefully this will make some noise as it goes past. See how loud it is in comparison to that 767. Just a small rumble from those engines there, not as loud as the 767. Right, so a quick look over at the passenger terminal over there. We can get it set up properly. There we go. See a number of aircraft in now. Airport is open again, sorry, I think it's open, it looked like it was open anyway last time I checked the flight stats. That one's been closed for, the runway here has been closed for a number of weeks on a Wednesday now to allow for some work to be done on the runway. So hopefully a lot of these aircraft making their way out again over the course of tomorrow. The passengers just disembarking off that Jet2 aircraft in front of us as well. But they're glad to be back in this weather. So it's always a shock when you get off back from somewhere warm. I land back here in the freezing cold. Let's have a look at this, see what's going on here in the chat. Thank you to AeroLogic joining us as well in the chat this evening. It's good to have you all with us. So first stream of the week from East Midlands. Second will be this Thursday. If you missed any of our previous streams, go and have a look back through the channel. We've been down at East Midlands for a couple of months now, regularly streaming of an evening. Especially on Tuesday and Thursday evenings. We've got the odd weekend stream in there as well. The latest being from this Sunday, just gone, where we saw the Atlas Air 747 arriving from Amsterdam, and the Saudi Royal Air Force A330 multi-role tanker transporter making its way into East Midlands. Again, all on 09 up, so good close-up shots of the approach and landings on both of those aircraft, as well as a couple of others that made an appearance during the stream. That 777 in from Cincinnati just passing by there. Track this one in as it makes its way past. Bit of a flash of the tail light there from the 777. DHL Apron filling up very quickly this evening. Hopefully some of those aircraft depart out soon. Be good to catch those on the stream this evening. Very 777 heavy over there this evening. Just looking back through the chat, there's a lot of different operators here into East Midlands. DHL being the biggest, of course, but we've also got UPS down the other end of the airfield towards runway 27, and that's populated by a lot of the Ryanair 747s as well. FedEx do have a few aircraft that operate in and out of here. I think it's mainly the ATR. So a quick close-up of that 777. So that one is just being waiting instructions for its stand. Yeah, lots of cargo operators into East Midlands. The evenings tend to be more heavily populated with the cargo aircraft. There are some arrivals during the day. It can be a bit sporadic, but it really depends on the volume of goods passing through over there on the Apron. Yeah, here the evenings tend to be a lot more populated with these cargo aircraft. It's very Boeing populated as well. A lot of airframes over there. We've got the 767s, 757s, and the 777s operating for DHL, as well as the older Airbus airframes, the A300s. DHL have a number of those in their fleets, and we quite regularly see those at East Midlands as well. And as the odd 737 making its way up from Spain. That one has been frequently arriving into East Midlands. Not managed to catch that one on a stream yet, but I think we caught a portion of that aircraft just tucked away the other evening. Yeah, lots of variety in cargo airframes at East Midlands. I think that one just being marshalled in there. And just as Stuart's mentioned, if anybody does want to visit the airport to see all of these aircraft in person, the camera doesn't do it justice really, seeing it in person. But if you want to make your way down here, they are open this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 10 till 3. So if you want to have a look, check it out. The details are in the stream bio below. So link there to the website with all the admission times, open times as well, and the admission prices. So it looks like that AeroLogic is just being finished up. Let's have a look on the radar. See if we can see if that one is due out. So registration wise, matches up. Lima Charlie. That one should be off to Leipzig. Scheduled for the next 10 minutes or so, but it looks like they're still finishing loading that one up. The fueling truck still in place there. So hopefully not too long before we see that one depart. That one should be quite a good departure, straight in front of us, straight off into the evening sky from runway 09. National Police Service Vulcan Air just pinging up again. That one making an appearance, just spin around to see if we can catch that one in the distance. Somewhere out there. There we go. That one back out on operation again this evening. It's making its way down past us, so not intercepting that runway early as it usually does. See whereabouts they get off to. Using the runway this far down, they should be up very quickly indeed. Barely using any of the runway there to take off this evening. That one straight into the sky. Just disappearing behind the trees there at the end of the aeroport. Okay, so look back on that 777. Hopefully making some progress. There we go. And while we're waiting for that, I'm just going to grab a quick drink to keep warm. Hopefully it's still warm. So hopefully you're enjoying the stream this evening from down at East Midlands. Another cold one. There we go. But at least we've had a bit of variety on this evening's stream. I know Tuesday streams can be a bit hit and miss with the inbound traffic. That's why we started just a little later this evening, so we don't have that long wait in between the arriving aircraft. Thanks for sticking with me anyway, it's most appreciated. Thanks to everybody who's joining us this evening. Thanks, JR. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Hopefully see you next time. And there's a heat wave of Stuart. Hands like ice up here. Do with some heat. I've got a warm drink warming my hands up, so hopefully shouldn't get too cold this evening. Well, yeah, it's definitely make a change when we get into those warmer evenings streaming from East Midlands. Whoop. Get that battery covered back up. Some good nighttime shots, early evening shots as well when the sun is setting. I think I managed to get a few last week, maybe on a Tuesday stream last week, just as we started around 5:30 and the sun was setting in the distance. And that's when 09 ops started here at East Midlands. That's when the weather changed. Managed to catch a few of those early arrivals in the early evening sun, and what there was left of it. But once the summer months do start to get closer, the aeropark does open up for an extra day as well during the week. Stuart will have more detail on that. I'm sure I'll put some details in the chat for you. As well as a few late night openings. So as well as our regular evening streams from down here, we'll be joining in with those late night opening hours as well. Catch all of the cargo action into East Midlands. Next inbound aircraft then looks like it's the Jet2 service in from Tenerife. That one just passing south of Leicester now. That one around 10 minutes out from touching down this evening. The Vulcan making its way up past Nottingham now, tracking up the M1. See that one usually goes out for a couple of hours before returning into East Midlands. Well, let's have a look at those other aircraft inbound this evening. Got the service in from Lanzarote, the Jet2 service in from Lanzarote. That one just approaching the south coast now. As well as another RVL aircraft, the Beach King 260, making its way up from Jersey this evening. That one around 30 minutes out. RVL Beach King 250 making its way down from Edinburgh. That one around 40 minutes out of East Midlands now. The DHL 757, the regular visitor in from Reykjavik. That one around 45 minutes away now, just passing over Scotland, making its way down towards Glasgow. And that UPS 767 in from Louisville, just passing over the Irish Sea, making its way towards Anglesey, before dropping in over Wrexham, Stoke-on-Trent, and then into East Midlands. Again, that one just 30 minutes or so away. So hopefully the 777 in front of us doesn't suffer too much of a delay this evening. So we're past its scheduled departure time now, I think. Hopefully not too long before we see that one outbound this evening. Successfully warmed up. It looks like the inbound Jet2 service from Tenerife just passing south of the airfield. So with the visibility this evening, the conditions are quite good for spotting the inbounds way off in the distance. Let's just see if we can pan out. Leave that 777 for a minute. Let's have a look in the evening sky. There we go. It should be there on your screen somewhere, about the middle. And that one will continue its pattern before turning right onto its final approach. Just a little further out of the airfield and then turn back in again. It's probably about 5 or 6 minutes before we see that one in this evening. So I look back on that 777. If we can get there. There we go. So let's just check our power. All good. Yep, everything looks green. So we're good to go. Almost there. It's a bit tricky spotting in the dark. So it looks just as big as it does on camera in person here, just a tiny speck in the sky. I'm going to use the tail of that 747 as a bit of a reference point in front of me. So it's good in the daytime though. When you've got visibility like this, you can track those aircraft from quite a distance away. You've got good visibility of Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire and Leicestershire as well. Pretty much the whole of that corridor from London all the way up the country, overhead East Midlands. A lot of the traffic heading towards America using that flight path. You get a lot of different variety of aircraft. It's a good spotting location for East Midlands, but also a good spotting location for all those overhead aircraft as well. A lot of it making its way up from Heathrow, so you get a lot of A380s, 350s, 777s, and they make just as much noise above you as some of the aircraft do on the ground here. It's definitely a good open space for tracking all of those aircraft as well, especially when there's no cloud cover. Fortunately there's just a bit this evening, so we can't see too much, but that cloud base is high enough that we can track all these inbound aircraft to East Midlands this evening. So the Tenerife service just turning on to final lap. We'll leave that 777. It looks like they're almost finished. Hopefully almost finished anyway. Let's see if we can track this one in. There we go. It doesn't take these aircraft very long at all to approach East Midlands, probably 25 minutes or so once they reach the very bottom of the coast of England. If you want to see any of the arrivals onto runway 09 in daylight hours, go and check back on Sunday's stream and you'll catch all the action from us there. So there were a decent number of aircraft in on Sunday, and again the visibility was quite good, so able to track those ones quite a far way out. Too long at all before the rest of the aircraft arrive into East Midlands this evening, probably about 25 minutes or so for the majority of those making their way in this evening. But next inbound in front of us is that Jet2 service in from Tenerife, registration and in Hotel Tango. Airframe is 8 years of age. The flight time this evening just over 4 hours. I think this is the second Jet2 service in from Tenerife this evening. Quick touchdown out from 737. Just take a look back on the DHL Apron for a couple of seconds. We'll catch up with that Jet2 aircraft once it makes its way further up the airfield as it vacates and enters the taxiway. Got both 777s in view there. Should hopefully see that UPS 767 in next. That one is just over the coast of Wales now, I think, ever so slightly. Just passing over the coast, heading towards Chester, right into towards Stoke-on-Trent, and then into East Midlands. So that one is around 20 minutes or so away. And that Jet2 service in from Lanzarote, around 25 minutes away also. That one just passing east of Oxford, west of Aylesbury, tracking up towards East Midlands. Let's have a quick pan around, see if we can catch that service that just arrived in. There we go, making its way towards the apron now. See if we can pan in a little closer. There we go. This one is just going to disappear. There you go. With Ryanair airframes lit up inside there. Doesn't look like any of those are outbound this evening though. The service in from Breslau is the only one. That one should be out anytime soon. Can't quite see any of the registrations there though. Just not too sure which airframe we'll be pushing. There's like 3 of them currently have all their interiors lit up. Apologies for any bouncing on the image there. The wind just buffets in the lens on the camera, focal length we've got, just making it a bit bouncy. So if you can notice, just behind the Ryanair aircraft in front of us, maybe doing a bit of an inspection walk around the one at the very back. Just keep an eye on these for a couple of minutes, bit of a different view. But again, great vantage point from the aeropark across both the passenger and cargo terminals here. Looks like the 777 may have closed up. Doesn't look like the rear door is open anymore, so hopefully that one is going to push anytime soon. Whoa, that's wind definitely picking up. Bringing that wind chill with it. I think the temperature this evening was scheduled to be, or forecasted to be, about 1 or 2 degrees in the next couple of hours. That wind chill bringing an extra bit of cold with it. It's probably more like 0 or -1 at the minute. Well laid up anyway, so not too affected by the cold. Hopefully the equipment isn't either. Everything's nicely wrapped up. The batteries don't seem to be suffering too badly. the AeroLogic 777 just picking up with an estimated departure time of 8:05 now. So hopefully the next 15 minutes or so we'll see that depart in front of us. Maybe a little sooner. Let's have a look at the Ryanair push in there. So maybe the outbound to Bratislava this evening. Looks like it. So that 777 just waiting over there, the anti-collision beacon just pinging away. We'll catch this Ryanair, bit of a different view on the stream. Passenger aircraft for a change. Sun should make its way towards us in the next few minutes, and hopefully followed by that 777. To everybody joining us this evening. Looks like everybody's having a good time in the chat. If you're new to the channel this evening, thank you very much for joining us from down here at East Midlands. We're Live Flight Action, regular streamers from East Midlands now, putting on a couple of streams per week. The odd weekend, as and when there's enough traffic around, or any special movements down here at the airport. But if you're new to us, do consider subscribing and turning on those notifications to get notified of all of our goings on down here at the airport. So we should be out again on Thursday evening this week. The nighttime stream. Hopefully that weather will be a bit warmer than it is now. It's definitely forecasted to be, and it's definitely forecasted to be a bit windier as well. Now we may not be on 09 operations by Thursday. That wind direction is forecast to change. But nevertheless, we will be here catching all of the nighttime cargo action from East Midlands Airport. So that 737 just taxiing out now, and the 777 has also just pushed off stand. So let's just zoom out of that one a bit. And the Jet2 service air from Lanzarote just coming into view in the distance as well. Triple 7 just starting up its engines in the background there. Just a quick close-up view of the Ryanair on think this 777 is ready to make a quick exit this evening. Just got a relatively short hop to 09. Ryanair just a little bit longer harbour taxi this evening. The distance between the threshold for 09 and 27 is not too dissimilar, so it makes a change to see him departing this end of the airfield for a change. Foot in right. Shouldn't trip over myself. The downside's in streaming in the dark. You can't see your own feet beneath you. Your eyes are adjusted to the screens in front of you. As soon as you lock down, you can't see anything. It's total darkness. You end up tripping over more than you want to. So gives way first. Looks like the runner is going to give way to that 777. Just soon out to make catch that one. That one making its way out to 09 now. Face off between the two there. And the Ryanair looks like it's just nipping in before the 777. That one just disappearing behind the trees there. That 777 looks like it's ready to depart as well. just giving way to the next aircraft on approach. A couple of aircraft on approach actually now. Right now, just making a quick exit before these ones arriving this evening. The UPS 767 followed by that Jet2 service. UPS 767 air from Lua Hill this evening. And let's see if we can find that next aircraft on approach somewhere out there. The cover has just fallen off the camera there, so bear with me. I'll reset that with you in a minute. Back on. Smell of rubber from those tyres. Right, let's get back on that approach path now. Should be out there somewhere. There we go. Back on. Wind blowing cover off the camera there. Sorry for it going dark for a few minutes. Just take that off. There we go. Should be easier. So this 777 might have a bit of a wait this evening. The Jet2 service here from Lanzarote there, registration on that one, Hotel Juliet. Flight time just under 3 hours and 50 minutes. And then UPS vacated runway 27. Registration on that one was November 355 uniform Papa. Flight time just over 7 hours and 11 minutes. And that airframe is 12 years of age. So on the approach now, those two RBL aircraft, the one in from Edinburgh, the Beach King Air from Edinburgh first, followed by the Beach King in from Jersey. And after that, the 777 should be ready to depart. to everybody just joining us in the chat. It's good to have you with us down here at East Midlands again. Bit of a wobble for that one there, but safely down on 209 this evening. Yeah, next aircraft in. Another Beach King RVL aircraft. Yeah, that's Deborah just saying that. Thank you very much to everybody who's liked the stream this evening. It's very much appreciated. The DHL 757 in from Reykjavik, just away off in the distance now. That one around 7 minutes from landing into East Midlands this evening. So this 777 has been waiting for just a little while now. Not something we usually see at East Midlands aircraft waiting to depart due to the arrivals, but won't complain too much. It's good to see so many aircraft arriving, especially on a Tuesday. I think we've seen this many for a while. Beach King touching down there. It looks like the 777 is making a quick move. Where's it going? There we go. Not too far. It says 757 now on final approach. making full use of the runway this evening. Just disappearing off behind the trees there. I think that one is just out of sight. There you go, just about to see the lights on that one there, just behind the trees. There we go, that one there, safely away into the evening now. Next arrival then, the 757 here from Reykjavik. And that Maersk 767 making its way over from Belfast. Now let's check the time on that one. Around 20 minutes out now. West Atlantic service here from Jersey also making its way towards us, that one around 20 minutes or so away. And a couple of services pinging up further out, the Maersk service here from Edinburgh. That one is just pinging up. And the West Atlantic 737 in from Aberdeen making its way down towards East Midlands now. We're next to arriving will be that 757 in from Reykjavik. Registration ending on that one, Romeo Alpha, frame age is 38 years old. Flight time today, 2 hours and 25 minutes. I think 757 in this evening. We'll catch up with that one as it makes its way towards us. It's like the another departure this evening. The 767 off to Leipzig. And while this one just starts up, I'm just going to grab a quick drink, so bear with me. Okay, that's a bit warmer. C57 just approaching us now. That wind bitterly cold now. I'm wrapped up. The 757 making its way in there. That's a earlier RVL Cessna just in that shot as well. Just out of view, I'll put the gloves on. 767 making its way down to 09. Sorting the cover out. Just blowing it about again, unfortunately. Good to see everybody taking part in the chat this evening. Thank you very much for joining me down here at East Midlands. You're really enjoying yourselves in there anyway. It's very popular tonight. 767 up nice and early there. Just disappearing off into the distance now. That one making its way over to Leipzig this evening. There we go, that one some good height on it now. It is passing through 6,000 feet. Good visibility, keeping up this evening. Okay, so let's have a quick look at 757 here in front of us. See if we can see any ground action on this one. If we can find the lens. Here we go. See if we can sort this cover out for one last time. Stay. So another regular visitor on the stream, the DHL 757. I've just said a few times, not many of these left flying around now. Looks like the Maersk service in from Belfast is just turning overhead Ashbourne now, making its way down into East Midlands. Thanks again to AeroLogic joining on this evening's chat, and to Deborah and Mark as well, moderating this evening. Doing a great job on that for me, thank you very much. Just looking back through some of the messages. Thank you for your support, everybody. And EGNX Spotter, thank you very much for your question there as well. All the details in our stream. I think Stuart has answered the question there. As usual, all the details of our whereabouts and what we're doing in the aeropark is listed in the stream. And very much assured we have all the proper gear with us as well. But thanks for your question. And the Maersk 767 just turning onto final at East Midlands now. Just a little way off in the distance. See if we can pick that one up. There we go, that one just making its way towards us now. I actually spent quite a lot of time making the live stream as portable as possible. So past 18 months or so, been refining our setup, and it's good to see how well the channel has been received. Only really starting streaming like this from the end of last year into the new year. But it's great to see all the support and everybody really enjoying themselves in the chat as well. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, just looking back at some early comments as well, in particular about the red route around the airport. The airport does prohibit any parking on the red route, so definitely be careful. I don't think it's the airport themselves that enforce it. I think it's the council that do. They are regular in their patrols on the routes around the airport, so definitely be careful where you park. The aeropark, when it is open at the weekend, does have a lot of space over a couple of car parks here, and you're more than welcome to come and park in those when you're visiting. But yeah, definitely be wise about where you park around the airport. They're very sharp on the red routes around here. They pretty much extend the whole way around the airport now as well. So there's another spotting point at the opposite end of the runway, runway 27. You can get access to that just off the dual carriageway. Just have a look at the road markings before you don't think it's very well signposted. It's a very sharp turn in as well off the road there, so don't get caught out if you visit the other end of the runway. We've got a number of good spotting locations here at East Midlands. It's with thanks to the volunteers that we've been able to do our live streams from within here, so thank you very much to all of those volunteers here at the aeropark. So if you do want to visit outside of normal hours, the usual goes over the winter on Saturday and Sunday. All of the details are in the link below the stream. Maersk 767 in there from Belfast this evening. And the West Atlantic 737 making its way down from Aberdeen. That one is due in the next 10 minutes or so. We may see the ATR in from Jersey first. Yeah, that one just south of the airfield now. Time on that one just over 55 minutes by the time it arrives this evening. So look at that 757. And hello to Blue Sky Live Aviation. Thank you very much for joining us from East Midlands this evening. Good to see you with us. Our flight in the chat as well. Thank you very much for joining us. Good to see you both with us this evening from East Midlands. Quick look into that 757 now, as close as we can get anyway from where we are. There we go, decent close-up view of that one. One of the all airframes in the DHL fleet, but a good workhorse nevertheless. This one UK registered as well. Registration ending Romeo Alpha. Yeah, the yellow and red really stands out on the night shot. So yeah, very distinctive livery. It looks like that ATR just passing south of the airfield now. Just extending its approach a bit further out before turning right onto the approach for 09. One we've not really mentioned on this stream, but briefly touched on it. Just coming out of that 757 for a minute. You can see just in the distance, let's try and get some light on that. There we go. Turn that frame rate back down in a minute, otherwise we'll be jumping everywhere. With the one 747 still in front of us. That one been in for almost a week now, having arrived earlier last week. So was it later last week? Maybe Thursday last week. Calling that Mayday, making its way up from Cardiff into East Midlands. I think that engine is definitely having some attention at the minute. That one's still stuck on the ground. was not too long ago. Another 747 had the same issue. That one was stuck here for a couple of weeks as well. I went waited for the engine to be sorted out. But let's go back down to a reasonable frame rate now. Back into the darkness of the evening here at East Midlands. There we go. A bit more light. Another 757 in the distance there, just squashed between that. Is that the A300 on stand to the left and the AeroLogic 777 to the right. And it looks like the 777 at the end scheduled out to Cincinnati. Now all shut up, that one pinging up as well on radar. So see that one making its way to 09 anytime soon. Let's just have a quick look on the approach then at the arriving ATR this evening. Okay, so if we can get the camera straight. There you go. Thanks again for everybody's support this evening. It's good to see so many people in the chat. I'm glad you're enjoying all of the action down here at East Midlands. So we should be back out again on Thursday evening, and the weather should be a little bit warmer. Hopefully cold doesn't get to me too much. Stay quite warm this evening though. Wrapped up rather well. We're rather exposed up here on the mound. Still some good nighttime shots we've seen this evening. Very busy for a Tuesday evening as well. West Atlantic ATR landing into East Midlands as well. And the 777 just starting on stand. Sorry, just pushing back off stand and starting up. As long as it's a bit warmer, Stuart, so you can put up with that wind. Hopefully it's not too cold. A quick check of everything, make sure we're in the green. Looks like we are. Atlantic 737 just passing overhead Derby now, making its way into East Midlands. And the Maersk 767 making its way down from Edinburgh. That's just past overhead Stockport, making its way over the Peak District. And it looks like the Vulcan Air may be back on its way down to East Midlands. That one's been just over Mansfield for the past hour or so. So you can just take our eyes off the 777 for a minute, catch that ATR. I don't usually see the ATRs this far down. Usually a bit further down and pulling to stand down with the EPS hangers. Just lighting up at 747. Pulling on to stand there. Have a look where the 737 pulls on. And usually parks around the area. Just near behind the 757 there, or pull on to stand next to it. So that one should just be coming on to final line. So look whereabouts that one is. Just a couple of minutes out now. Just stick with this ATR just for a minute or so while that one gets a little closer. Difference in size between those airframes. 777 is definitely a beast. We fit several of those ATRs inside that. Yeah, thanks again to everybody's support this evening. If you can, and it would be a massive help to help grow the channel if you could share it out there to anybody who would be interested in watching our live streams down here at East Midlands. It would be make a great deal of difference to us. So we've done really well in growing the community we have, and we're hoping to expand on that as well. So thank you to everybody who has joined us on this journey so far. It's been great to see everybody get involved with it, and it really starts to build traction as well. So I really appreciate everybody's support on that. So that 777 is just going to pass in front of us again. Just try and get this one past us. This West Atlantic 737. Just approaching the threshold now. So quick pan around of that one. Atlantic in there this evening. That one should make its way up towards us in the next few minutes. 777 is just preparing to turn towards 09 now. Looks like the 767 in from Edinburgh this evening, just appearing on the horizon. Vulcan Air now from the UK National Police Service in a very short final. I think this one's going to turn sharply in, so let's try and catch this one as it banks in onto 09 this evening. These guys usually arrive and depart at the very last minute. So a very quick touchdown and vacate from 09. This one may extend its touchdown a little further down, giving that 777 the opportunity to line up and wait. Just touching down there, 777 making a silly dash for the runway there. Going to try and get out before the 767 gets any closer. So this will probably be the last departure on this evening's stream, and the inbound 767, the Maersk 767, will be the last inbound aircraft. Just stick around for a few minutes more. So finishing probably just after 9. Got the ASL 737 making its way over from Belfast. Let's have a look at this one. So it'll be the arriving 767 and the ASL 737, the last arrivals on this evening's stream. So we finish in around 10 minutes or so, just to give everybody a bit of a warning, a bit of heads up. making full use of the runway again this evening. See if you can catch up with that one as it departs out. The light's just behind the trees there. Just disappearing off into the evening sky. Yeah, that one has well and truly vanished into the evening sky. Next on the approach there, that 767. And the ASL 737 not too far behind that one. A quick pan across, should just be able to see that one as well in the distance. Light just becoming visible there in the darkness. So only a few more minutes before we see that 737 arriving as well. And that one will be the final aircraft inbound on tonight's stream. Whoops. Properly there. Oh, everything looked a bit skewed. The 767 in there, and then the final aircraft on this evening's stream, the ASL 737, making its approach into East Midlands now. So while this one makes its way down, just a thank you to everybody who's joined us and watched this evening from East Midlands. It's great to see everybody's support, and thank you to everybody who's joined in on the chat as well. If anybody is new to subscribing to the channel, thank you very much to you for subscribing this evening, and to all you returning subscribers as well. It's great to have you with us. We should be back out on Thursday evening. The weather looks okay. It's going to be a bit windy, but hopefully a lot warmer than it is now. So we'll end our stream at our usual time of 9 PM this evening, just after 9 PM once this one touches down. We'll have a quick look around the airfield at all those last ground operations, and then we'll go and get warm. It's been great to have everybody's support over the past few weeks. It's really helped the channel to progress and grow, so thanks to everybody who's made that possible. Whether you've subscribed or just passing watcher, it's very much appreciated. we've hopefully got a lot of bigger and better things to come as well. We'll keep you posted on that. Everything seems to have been well received so far, so thank you very much to everybody. And thanks to Deborah and Mark as well this evening. It's been great to have you as moderators again, so thank you very much for that. ASL 737 in from Belfast this evening. Let's just take a one last quick look around the airfield then. The DHL Apron still quite full this evening. 757, the A300 there, and a 767 on stand. That one is the early inbound from JFK. West Atlantic ATR just arriving in a little earlier from Jersey. The 757 and the West Atlantic 737 on stand there. And just for a bit of perspective on size, the little RVL Caravan stuck in the middle of those two. All three of those aircraft arriving on this evening's stream. The one 747 still in with its dodgy engine. Can just have one last quick look at that one in some light. There we go. The 1F747 in front of us there. That one is still in, as we said a little while earlier. We'll have a look on the progress of that one, see if there's any comments about on that. There we go. And then the passenger terminal. The runway is open again tomorrow, I believe. Not bound by the Wednesday closures which have been in force for the past couple of months. Well, a few jobs are carried out on the runway, so she'll be back to normal operation. But I think it is closed again next Wednesday. So we'll keep that in mind for next Tuesday's stream. But that's pretty much us for this evening. It's been great to have you with us again, and thank you very much for joining us. Some good people in the chat, thank you to everybody who's joining in. And just a comment there, yeah, flight, we've got a lot of different aircraft down here at East Midlands, a lot of variety. So hopefully a lot more of that to bring you over the next weeks and months. But just to say thank you again to everybody who's joined us this evening, and I've said it before, but your support is very much appreciated. I've been Tom, this has been Live Flight Action. You're very welcome to have been with us tonight, and we'll hopefully see you again on Thursday. So thank you very much, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll catch you all again.